Hi, my name is Whitney Lee, and I'm a psychology major, statistics minor, entering my senior year as an undergrad here at UNM. My long-term goal is to practice research neuropsychology, which will require a PhD. My reason for taking Introduction to Linguistics was to determine to what degree I wish to study psycholinguistics come grad school, if at all. Today, I would like to discuss with you a little about psycholinguistics. According to Studies in Linguistics and Literature 2018, how the human mind constructs a thought and applies it into language is called psycholinguistics. It is the study of the psychological and neurobiological factors that enable humans to acquire, use, comprehend, and produce language. This means psycholinguistics deals mainly with language understanding, production, and acquisition. The psychology and linguistic definitions vary because the University of Pittsburgh 2023 definition is much narrower in scope than is the APA 2023 definition. The APA 2023 definition of psycholinguistics has a broad scope as both a noun and an adjective. In psychology, psycholinguistics is defined to be a branch of psychology that employs formal linguistic models to investigate language use and the cognitive processes that accompany it. APA 2023. The narrower linguistic definition of psycholinguistics is provided by the University of Pittsburgh Department of Linguistics 2023 as a branch of linguistics and psychology that explores linguistic competence and performance. Some of the major research interests of psycholinguistics are the psychological processes involved in representing or encoding speech, comprehending and producing speech, and language acquisition. Department of Linguistics 2023. Since psycholinguistics includes the study of speech comprehension and production, Department of Linguistics 2023, it involves Wernicke's area, Broca's area, and the ventral pathway. According to Sensation and Perception, ND, Wernicke's area is the section of brain involved in speech perception. Broca's area is important for both language perception and production, and the ventral pathway is the channel that allows for speech recognition. Goldstein and Brockmole, no date. Since I am interested in studying neuropsychology, aphasia fits right in with my interests. Stories of it are both heartbreaking and fascinating. According to Sensation and Perception, aphasia refers to difficulty speaking or understanding speech due to brain damage. Wernicke's aphasia is the inability to comprehend words or arrange sounds into coherent speech. Broca's aphasia is a language impairment, including labored and stilted speech and short sentences. Aphasia is more likely to occur with left-sided brain trauma because language is usually rather localized to the brain's left hemisphere. In fact, according to YouTube 2021, parts of the left hemisphere involved in language are the angular gyrus, which transfers visual stimuli, to Wernicke's area, which is responsible for language comprehension. Broca's area is responsible for language production, and the arcuate fasciculus connects Broca's and Wernicke's area. When reading a word, the visual cortex collects information perceived by the eyes and passes it to the angular gyrus, which processes this information and transfers it to Wernicke's area. In Wernicke's area, it is matched with an existing entry in the mind's lexicon and made available for recall. Now with meaning to the word, the information travels across the arcuate fasciculus to Broca's area, who transmits the articulatory information to the motor cortex, which then directs movement of the muscles in the vocal tract to actually say or produce the word. In my opinion, this explanation of the workings of the left hemisphere show favor to the motor theory of speech perception. The argument that a link exists between how speech is perceived by the visual cortex through bottom-up processes and how it is produced by means of top-down processes. Goldstein and Bockwell, ND. Thank you. References. The bottom three refer to the pictures on slide 3, slide 5, and the references.